The year is 2014 and you are watching a Get Ready With Me video on YouTube. Very retro. Y'all literally loved my what's in my work bag video that I almost didn't upload because I was like, does this age me? Like, do people still like these videos? I personally love watching them because I'm nosy. I love knowing people's routines. And so do you, apparently, you nosy little freaks. And in that video, I was talking about how I have literally perfected my work time makeup routine because my makeup literally does not budge at all. So I figured, why not show you my workday makeup routine? Coming from someone specifically who is not a makeup influencer, most certainly not a makeup artist, obviously. I'm just a girl who works a job and likes to feel kind of pretty and alive. The thing I hate most about doing my makeup for work is that office lighting, especially that horrible fluorescent lighting, is so harsh. I feel like I leave the house thinking that I look pretty and then I sit down at my desk and I'm like, huh? Who's that? For me personally, what makes my makeup last all day, especially if I'm having a long work day in really harsh, gross lighting, is to use really thin layers of products and not like rub it all over my face, pack it into my skin. So I'm not using a lot of product, I'm using a very little bit, but because I'm like pumping it in there, I find it just stays put a little bit more and gives me more coverage with less product, so I'm not looking cake glue, you know? You know what I'm saying? So I don't like to wear a lot of heavy product or heavy makeup. It's just something that kind of enhances me naturally. That's why I really love MAC Face and Body. And I love this foundation because it goes on like a true serum. It just kind of, whoa. It just kind of melts into my skin and gives it a very light flush, almost like it's a moisturizer. So it's kind of like you're not really wearing foundation. I was actually posting about this on my Instagram not that long ago, but there's a study that came out relatively recently about how women who wear makeup tend to out-earn women who don't wear makeup at work. Because people who wear makeup tend to be associated with being more professional, more put together. And there's also an attractiveness premium, which is a really interesting phenomenon if you haven't heard of it, where studies have also proven that if you are conventionally attractive or seen as conventionally good looking, like whatever that means, you tend to earn more money than your less attractive peers. Which I think is really fascinating because I do have a love relationship with makeup because I personally love it. I see it as self-care. I think it's really fun and therapeutic. But on the flip side of that, knowing that I will be judged on the days I don't wear makeup or I choose to not wear makeup kind of gives me a complicated relationship with it because I wonder, you know, if all of these societal pressures to look a certain way weren't there, would I still be investing this time in getting ready? Anyways, on to bronzer. Working in super thin layers again, I'm kind of on the fence with which bronzer I want to use. Oftentimes I use a concealer shade that's darker than me. This is NW40 by MAC Cosmetics. It's a really good bronzing shade for me, but I don't want to use it because this is expensive. Decided I'm gonna go in with my Say cream bronzer. This also is pretty pricey, but I find this lasts much longer than the MAC concealer. So when I'm not talking through my makeup routine, this honestly takes me 10 minutes. My #1 secret to saving time in the morning is go get your eyebrows dyed and laminated. So basically an eyebrow lamination is like a perm for your eyebrows where they get your brows to stick straight up. And then I got her to dye mine because I dye my hair a couple shades darker than my natural color. You can kind of see at the ends where my hair goes like kind of warm and really light. I get her to dye my eyebrows jet black as well as laminate it, and it saves me oodles of time in the morning. One of my favorite hacks to actually looking like healthy and pretty and alive at work, especially on Zoom where you can tend to look really flat, is by using cream-based glowy products. This is one of my favorites. This is actually an Indigenous owned brand. They're also Canadian, woman owned. They're fantastic. This is Cheekbone Beauty. It's a brand I've loved for a really long time. You can find them at Sephora, and like the CEO and owner is just incredible. She's wonderful. This is in the shade Starlight. And basically, I just dabbed a wee bit on my finger, right? Look what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna pat this into the high points. And again, all of this takes like 2 seconds, guys. Look at the difference. This is one of the products that I put in my to-go makeup bag because it's great when you're looking dry or maybe not quite as like alive and fresh after a few hours in front of the laptop. Go to the bathroom, pop this on your cheeks. Suddenly you're alive. Welcome back to the lands of the living. I know some people like to wait until the end of their makeup routine to put on their lip, but I just think I look like Casper the Ghost. I'm going in with a MAC lip liner in the shade Cool Spice. I love this liner because it feels like it just matches my lips really well, and MAC liners stay put all day, so I usually only have to reapply once after lunch, which is perfectly fine with me. I really appreciate low maintenance makeup. I don't want to be thinking about how I look while I'm at work. That's not the point of me being at work. I just want to reapply things as I need it and just just trust that my makeup is fading well, if at all, throughout the day. Fenty lipstick. I hope you can see the texture. Like, it is the creamiest thing in the world. It goes on like a creamy chapstick. I have used so much of this product. Let me put that down. I fear it'll break. Like, this has quickly become one of my favorite products. I would argue of the last year and a half. The Merit Flush Bomb blushes are effing incredible. Whoa. They go on so almost oily. You know what I'm saying? Like, it kind of just glides right on. But why I like it is if I'm half asleep before work, I could do this with my eyes closed. Like, I don't need to think about it, especially if I'm like commuting and just need to throw something on. It just is so easy. It's incredibly easy, and it surprisingly lasts all day. I have like a loose rule of thumb that if my day is longer than 10 hours, I will put powder on, because powder obviously helps things stay in place. I just pop this into the middle of my face, again, patting motion, using so little. This is a critically important step, but after I powder my face, I take one of my fingers that's 100% clean, and I just pat things all in so that it melts with the warmth of my finger, because my goal, like I said, is for things to look like skin and for things to look like natural and blended, and like this is just my face. And I find the warmth of my finger really does that for me. I can't believe, like, YSL sent this to me. Shut up. Usually I would stop here, like those Merit blushes do it for me, but I just selfishly really want to try this. Usually I don't put more blush on top of that Merit blush because it doesn't really need it, but I'm just really excited to try this out, if I'm being honest with you. I guess I should watch myself as a... I need to blend this. Okay, yeah. This is why I tend to use cream products, because they're just easier and you can't really mess it up. Whereas I find if I put too much powder product on, I look like a clown. Okay, I did resurrect it. It is pretty. I fear what I'm about to do is a little controversial. I'm about to take this gorgeous, literally breathtaking eyeshadow stick from L'Oreal, and I'm gonna just pop it onto the inner part of my eye. This product I love for work because it goes on almost like a gel. It's so easy. That's completely blended out. And guess what? I'm not putting on mascara. But I digress. Like I said, the whole point of me doing my makeup is just to feel like a more alive, awake, like pretty version of myself. I'm not gonna use all of my good products to get ready for work. I'm not going to, frankly, damage my eyelashes, because every single time you take off your mascara, whether you realize it or not, you are tugging on your eyes. Your eyelashes are most likely falling apart. Like, I'm not doing that to myself 5 days a week for work. So I don't wear mascara to work. And welcome to my fashion hack of the century. If you're somebody who wears glasses or even doesn't wear glasses and has blue light glasses, if you want to conceal the fact that either you're not wearing concealer that day, or that maybe your under eyes are a little dry, or that they're creasing, or that you didn't feel like wearing mascara to work, putting on glasses, I find, just kind of conceals that. I'm gonna top things off with my Maybelline Plumping Gloss. This shit is spicy, y'all. I have never had a lip gloss burn this much, but especially in the morning, I kind of like it. It wakes me up. It makes me feel ready for the workday. And these are the products I'm going to be taking to work with me and on the go today. So it is that Merit blush, again, in the shade Cheeky, which I'm stinking obsessed with. I'm gonna take both of these glosses, both the Maybelline Plumping one, and then this Once Upon a Time. Should I throw this out? This was an Essence lip gloss. It was clear, and now it's pink just because I've used it with pink liners. It's just great and hydrating, and also $2. And then I am gonna take this brush for when I just reapply that blush if needed, and then if I need to like blend anything out throughout the day. And finally, perfume of the day. Honestly, this product surprisingly was one of my favorite new things I tried in 2024. I just think this smells a bit more mature. It's definitely a mature leaning scent, but it smells like very fresh and warm. How else would I describe this? It kind of smells like walking into a luxurious coffee shop where you smell a little bit of like flowers, and then there's like the muskiness of the wooden chairs that you're sitting on. It's kind of floral and musky, but still sweet. I think it's very like sophisticated, mature. To me, it's not a very sexy scent, but I do think there's something very warm and flirty about it. Unfortunately, I did just realize that I forgot a very critical step in the process, which is this primer. It's the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer that I actually would attribute to my makeup staying on probably for 10 plus hours in fluorescent lighting, which if you know, you know. That we're currently rocking with, I think it's natural, I think it's fresh. I think that takes 5 minutes and I feel incredible. And frankly, if someone disagrees that I look good, they need to get glasses. Thanks for being here. Consider subscribing, and I'm looking outside because it's snowing, and it's snowing really seriously. So I am gonna go bundle up and take Binky for his walk. I don't think either of us want to go on that, but say Levy. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll talk to you soon. Mwah.